We had a couple of very tight finishes there in that particular race, and we've also had some outstanding racing throughout the day. If you have a loved one involved with the crew racing here at San Diego's 39th edition of the Crew Classic, then you might consider getting a DVD of your particular race. The DVDs are available about 60 minutes after the finish, and they're only $15. They're available at the merchandise tent on the grounds of the San Diego Crew Classic. Get a souvenir DVD, the outstanding coverage of the 39th edition of the San Diego Crew Classic.
Event 51, the Junior Men's Petites Final. Lane 1, Los Gatos Rowing Club. Lane 2, the Oakland Strokes. Lane 3, Capital Crew from Rancho Cordova. Lane 4, Jesuit College Prep from Dallas, Texas. Lane 5, the San Diego Rowing Club. Lane 6, River City Rowing Club from West Sacramento.
San Diego, River City. Attention. Go!
And we have a start. Event 51, the Junior Men's Petite Final, racing for 7th through 12th place overall for the day. All of the crews have made it to the breakdown zone, and it looks like a clean start. Coming off to an early duel. I can't even call it an early lead. Are lanes 3 and 4, Capital Crew and Jesuit College Prep. Lane 1, Los Gatos, is also pushing its way. He doesn't want to let either of those boats stay in the lead. Second, since first place is first, second, and third, fourth place is the Oakland Strokes, maybe 3 seats down. And then San Diego Rowing Club and River City are nearly open water behind the other 4. At this point, Los Gatos in lane 1 has pushed into the slight lead, but it's very close between them and Jesuit College Prep in lane 4. Very slightly behind them is Capital Crew. The boats in lane 5 and 6, San Diego Rowing Club and River City, have certainly not stopped driving. They are now moving up on lane 2, Oakland Strokes. Lane 1 just crossed first, 500 meters, followed by lane 4, Jesuit College Prep. And then we have Capital Crew, followed by Oakland Strokes, San Diego Rowing Club, and River City Rowing Club.
Tightly bunched at the beginning of this race. And the way it stacks up, we look like we have a competitive 4 in the front with 2 trailers, although both River City and San Diego Rowing Club have pushed themselves back into the hunt. Los Gatos on the lead, followed by Jesuit Prep, Capital Crew, and Oakland Strokes.
As Michelle mentioned, this is for position 7 through 12. This is the premier junior men's event at the regatta. So there's a lot of bragging rights at stake here, even in a petite final. We have appearing in this race in lane 4, Jesuit College Prep, who I believe this is their first trip to this regatta. Not in this race, but also competing in this event is Belen Jesuit Prep from Miami. And it's good to see both those crews making the cross-country trip to this regatta for the first time.
Still very close contact across the first 4 crews, Los Gatos, Jesuit Prep, Capital Crew, and Oakland Strokes. And very, very little room back to San Diego Rowing and River City.
This is Los Gatos' race at the moment. They're being challenged by Jesuit College Prep and Capital Crew. Oakland Strokes are tracking all those 3 crews. A little bit of separation now between those four crews and San Diego Rowing Club and River City out in the far lanes.
Los Gatos on the lead. They are along the shoreline. They are being shadowed on their outside shoulder by Jesuit, Capital Crew, and Oakland Strokes. On the far outside, San Diego and River City.
Los Gatos are powering through that third 500 at the moment. They haven't quite managed to shake the challenge that's coming from lane number 2, which is Oakland Strokes. Oakland seem to have moved on the earlier challenge from Capital and Jesuit College Prep. Capital seem to have eased past Jesuit College Prep, but not by a lot. And as we come down to the last 500 meters, Los Gatos have taken up the rating. They've started their charge for the line early. Obviously, they don't want to leave anything to chance in this race, not being complacent.
Los Gatos along the shoreline. Capital Crew kind of moving up on the middle part. They are in lane number 3, and they are challenging Jesuit on their outside shoulder. Oakland Strokes is not going away, but Los Gatos is hanging in there. And then on the far outside, River City has made a little bit of a launch.
Yeah, River City certainly seem to be having a better second half of the race. They've eased away from San Diego Rowing Club, and they're challenging Jesuit College Prep.
Along the shoreline, Los Gatos. 2 lanes out to Capital Crew. Then all the way to the outside, River City looks like they're in the hunt. Jesuit Prep and Oakland Strokes. And the only trailing crew at this time is San Diego Rowing Club. Los Gatos moving sharply. And they're hanging on to that position number 1 from lane 1. Outside of them, Capital Crew getting into it. Then Oakland Strokes beginning to make a charge back. On the far outside, that's River City, and then Jesuit Prep, followed by San Diego Rowing. Los Gatos, apparently the winner, across the line first. That's Capital Crew coming in second, and very, very tight between Oakland Strokes on the near side and the far side River City. And then we come up to Jesuit Prep and San Diego Rowing.
River City had a very good second half of the course compared to their first 1,000, and it took them up right into contention for the third spot. And they're very pleased with themselves. You can see the slapping of hands going on. They would be happy with the second half of that race.